on CoastTV News.
Paving the way, a new path between Milford and Slaughter Beach is in the works, but some say it's taking a wrong turn. Bay bounty, oyster populations in the Chesapeake are on the rise, why experts say ideal water conditions are helping, and political pressure, constituents demanding answers from lawmakers on key national issues.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Connecting two coastal communities with one path, but there are many opinions about it. Good evening, I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight right between Milford and Slaughter Beach. People there had the chance to join a public workshop tonight about building a shared use path connecting the city and the town. And according to Milford's planning director, this is just a study right now, and officials are trying to figure out if it's really possible. CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy is in our newsroom with more tonight. Brendan, it may just be a study, but it already has people reacting.
Christina, most seats were full at the workshop today to both listen and see some of the diagrams for this part of the process. But about 50-50 are the feelings about this project, and only about one side showed out to the meeting today. A bike and pedestrian-friendly pathway to connect Slaughter Beach and Milford.
Really just evaluating, what the people in the community would like to see out there, what other improvements could be made. That really could benefit everybody.
Milford Planning Director Rob Pierce says this could be great for both coastal communities.
I think, just having the public participation that we had in this particular process has been, a good thing in terms of helping steer this particular study, in a direction that everybody, will be comfortable with.
Richard Clifton, however, lives right at one of the spots they are considering using for the path. He says the best option for him and his home is no path.
Best alternative for me would be to do nothing, because my home is old, it's close to the road, it's farmland, surrounded by more farmland. It would definitely negatively impact my property value.
Eric Fannin and Ray Wright agree.
From what I'm gathering off the boards, I don't see the room. I just don't. It's better off left alone.
I don't see the benefit.
Despite the fact that a majority of the people at the workshop were against this new pathway, reports say that 42% of people are in favor, and there's another survey open until the next big steps are taken. All you have to do is go online and answer a few questions about what you might want to see done with this new potential pathway. The survey will be open until April 21st for further comments and concerns. There is also a no-build option for those who don't want to see the pathway at all or any changes to the infrastructure. Christina?
Okay, thanks for that, Brendan. Also in Milford, the city is looking to convert some open land into a park. Milford Parks and Recreation hoping to get a stamp of approval from Sussex County Planning and Zoning. Now, back in 2024, you might remember the park was part of the Annette Billings eminent domain case. Billings saying the city was trying to take her land for the park. That was later dropped. The parkland no longer includes any of her land, but it does include her brother's land that was willingly sold to the city. Still, she wants the application for the park pulled.
Well, for one thing, the city of Milford can't take care of what they have already, and then they want to put a park out here that can't be policed by the city of Milford. I find that a problem.
Now, Milford Mayor Todd Culotta says he also does not support the park plans as they currently stand, and he's hoping council pulls the application. Now to Ocean City. With spring right around the corner, boats are soon to hit the waters and set sail again, but a new area in Maryland is telling those wearing the captain's hats to slow down. This week, the Maryland Department of Natural Resources implemented a minimum wake zone in the red area near the Ocean City back bays. Previously, boats could go up to 6 knots there, but boaters now are required to operate at the slowest speed necessary to steer their vessel.
The slow is always better when you're close to land, which is what that is, and I'm all about safety on the water.
Although this area is right next to the Delaware state line, the change will only affect Maryland waters. And we're taking a live look into Ocean City right now. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams is going to join us for a check on the weather. Paul, is it spring yet?
Well, it's spring almost when you think about it, because in a few more hours it will be. Now, think about it. We're going from winter to the spring equinox, actually. Now, officially, it kicks off at 5:01 in the morning. And that's when we start about approximately 12 hours of daylight. So, yeah, spring is indeed on the way, all things being equal. And as my grandmama used to say, the Lord say the same, the creek don't rise, we'll all see it by 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, 5:01 to be exact. It's 46 degrees right now in Bethany Beach, 46 Rehoboth, 46 in Georgetown. Coming up, we're going to talk about just how cloudy the first day of spring is going to be.
All right. Thank you, Paul. Now to Lewis. There's 39 acres off of Route 24 there where the current Belmead Horse Farm is. Well, now Belmead LLC wants to change the zoning on that property and turn the horse farm into businesses and apartments. On your screen now is what the plans look like for the new complex, but it must be changed from agricultural residential to planned commercial district. CoastTV spoke with people who live nearby.
I'm going to tell the Planning Commission tonight, it's time that the Planning Commission stops being an oxymoron and they start putting the word planning back into our community.
This does bring us right to our CoastTV poll tonight. We want to know, how should Sussex County protect horse farms? Let's take a look at the results here from the last news hour. It looks like 76% saying zoning restrictions is the answer. 10% say no protection needed. A few people split on public land buyouts or preservation incentives. It's not too late to vote. We want to know what your answer to this question is, so go over to coasttv.com or use our mobile app to vote. Looking regionally now, it seems oysters are booming in the Chesapeake Bay. Maryland's Department of Natural Resources released their annual oyster survey, and it's good news. Biologists collected samples from oyster bars from October through November, and research shows the mix of heavy rainfall and a drought in the fall helped keep the spat-on-shell population above the 39-year average for the 5th consecutive year. This is because the salinity in the water was favorable for growth. Oysterman Tim Robinson agrees this season was a success.
The good part about when you have real salty water, you usually get a real good spat catch. So I guess it's nature's way of replenishing what, dies. So this year has been altogether different. You don't see any dead loss. The taste is good, the meats are good, and the spat catch is good.
Now, DNR predicts next year's season could also be promising for watermen while they harvest oysters, as long as there is a mix of rainy and dry days. Now to national news. Frustrated constituents pressing lawmakers from Washington state to Nebraska to Maryland on everything from DOGE to Democratic plans to fight back against President Trump. Chief concerns include federal layoffs, veteran affairs, and the economy. Sherelle Hubbard has more on how Republican and Democratic lawmakers are responding.
Anger, frustration,
we want you to show fight,
and unadulterated rage. That's what constituents all across the country are unfurling at town halls. They're showing up in droves, grilling lawmakers. Emotions ran high as Republican Congressman Mike Flood was booed by a crowd in Nebraska Tuesday. Some constituents opting to vote with their feet.
I get it. There's a lot of people in this room that don't support what DOGE is doing.
Flood defending the Trump administration, DOGE, and cuts that the administration has made.
Somebody asked me afterwards, what do you think's going on here? And I said, well, people don't like change.
Republicans sticking to familiar talking points.
We do have a bloated federal government. There is a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse.
Congressman Michael Baumgartner also repeatedly booed during a town hall Tuesday in Washington state.
Why is he not being impeached right now?
Fair enough.
Democrats not off the hook either. In New York State, residents said Democrats must stand up to President Trump on policies like immigration and First Amendment rights.
We've got people being kidnapped off the streets.
And calling on Democrats to take stronger action now.
We are not interested in hearing that you are in the minority. We know that. You are not fighting.
As long as you want.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
And we are just getting started this evening. Still to come, a rescue rush. It's been a busy season for seal rescues on our coast. We have the details from the National Aquarium. But first, Delaware's governor is laying out a plan to help lower the cost of energy as utility bills continue to climb.
Well, we're taking a look at Cambridge and Crisfield right now. We're looking at cloudy skies, a bit foggy for us in Cambridge, but sunshine for us Cambridge and Crisfield. Very breezy on Friday. Your full forecast coming up in just 60 seconds.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Your local Ford dealer presents America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer. The rugged and capable Bronco family. The fun, fuel-efficient Ford Escape. And the spirited all-electric Mustang Mach-E. Want more? See your local Ford dealer. Get $3,000 cash back on Bronco and Bronco Sport, plus up to $2,000 Conquest cash for Jeep owners.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Well, we're preparing ourselves right now for the first official day of spring, and that kicks off at about 5:01 tomorrow morning. So we're only about 6 or so hours away. Right now in Lewis, we're at 47 degrees, courtesy of our Irish Ice Pub and Restaurant camera. And as far as tonight is concerned, we're going to drop and stay in the mid-40s. But the cloud cover is going to thicken a bit in the lower levels of the atmosphere and give us a nice blanket of fog that'll kick in as early as 3 o'clock in the morning. We're warmer now than we were 24 hours ago, 9 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago in Ocean City, at least 3 in Georgetown, 6 degrees warmer in Wallops Island and in Salisbury. 40s, that's where we are right now, generally speaking. 46 degrees not only in Georgetown, but also in Milton, as well as Rehoboth Beach and Bethany Beach. Gale wind warning is in effect for us, particularly kicking in late Thursday going into Friday, because we're bracing for blustery conditions, kind of the leftover remnants of the storm that's causing big-time havoc in the center part of the country. We have that concern for gale winds from Ocean City down towards Chincoteague and on the other side of the Delmarva Peninsula as well. Now, when we're talking about a gale wind warning, we're talking about 45-mile-per-hour winds. And this is the storm that's brewing throughout the Midwest. And, I don't usually go this far away from our area, but this has been one monster of a storm. It's on the top of it is a blizzard, and in the middle of it, we had severe thunderstorms, and in the bottom of it, man, straight tornadoes. But for us, a little gentler. Spring with a bit of fog and drizzle. That's what Thursday's going to feature. Friday is when that leftover remnants of that storm I was just talking about, it'll reach us and give us some winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s for tomorrow. Winds out of the west primarily at 10 to 20 miles per hour, 68 for the high in Cambridge. We're going to warm on to about 59 degrees, though, in Ocean City. Pushing everything through, we're looking at 7 o'clock arrival time for those scattered showers, and temperatures will be in the 60s, okay? And that's what's going to be happening in the northern portions of our viewing area. Now, for the most southern portions of our viewing area, from Ocean Pines down to Pocomoke City, by the time we get to, let's say, it's before, right about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we're supposed to see this begin to push through, but the latest model run has actually eradicated it. So our amount of rain has been cut down immensely with the latest run a few moments ago. So now we're down to only 1/4 of an inch of rain expected. So a real brief stay with the rain. Winds out of the south right now, but future gusts are going to begin to swirl for us by Friday mid-morning. The winds will be pushing it up almost 40 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. And remember, foggy on the first day of spring, then it's going to be springtime looking on Friday, but still feeling a lot like winter.
Okay. Thank you for the forecast, Paul. Well, if you feel like your energy bills just keep on climbing, Delaware Governor Matt Meyer says he's taking action. The governor announcing today he's planning on appointing a new public advocate to fight unfair rate hikes. He's also planning on reappointing a public service commissioner for stronger oversight, and he's overhauling the dispute resolution process to make it more transparent. On your screen now is the site that Habitat of Humanity wants to expand on in Georgetown. It's on Kimmy Street. According to Georgetown Planning Commission documents, Habitat wants to build a 3,200 square foot office or warehouse facility there. The Georgetown Planning Commission met tonight to go over those plans. Dewey Beach police are rolling out a new way to patrol on two wheels. Their motorcycle unit is back thanks to some grant money and a donation from the Dewey Business Partnership. Police say they expect quicker response times, more visibility, and stronger traffic control this summer. Here's some new video of just some of the seals that were rescued from the coast this winter. According to the National Aquarium, this year marks the most seal rescues they've had since 2019. 4 seal pups have been rescued since the end of February. Coming up next, dangerous discoveries. Curious kids, they often find and ingest harmful items. We have poison control tips in tonight's Health Minute.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Love it.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Buy a Grand Highlander with special APR financing for up to 72 months. Toyota, let's go places.
Oh, they're out there by the millions. And spiders, crickets, and ants are always looking for a place to call home. Look, up ahead is your home. And to them, it looks like the perfect place to settle in. Call Brazier's, and our expert technicians will establish a defensive barrier around your home that will keep out the riffraff. Our premium protection plan is guaranteed to keep spiders, crickets, and ants from moving into your home for a full year. Call Brazier's Pest Control today and say goodbye to unwanted guests.
I needed to do some safe floor. I slipped in my old floor and I broke my kneecap. I called Pinnacle, they came. The team was very professional. And then when I came home 2 o'clock, my garage was done. That's the best part. I loved it. Pinnacle did a really great job. They did this beautiful floor and safe to walk. Call Pinnacle, you will not be disappointed. You'll be happy like I am.
Hi, I'm Chris Adams, owner of Mattress Peddlers, your local family-owned sturdy mattress retailer. Did you know there are multiple types of adjustable bases to choose from? And they're not just for hospitals and grandparents, but for hard-working folks too. If you suffer from any of these, or if you use pillows to keep yourself comfortable at night, it's time to consider an adjustable base. Get informed, try them out, and adjust to sleep better tonight.
Mattress Peddlers.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this. Right now, buy an adventure-ready RAV4 with low 4.99 APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Measles is spreading in 3 states as of Tuesday. There are 321 cases confirmed in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. That's 25 more than what was reported on Friday. Texas has the majority, and the director of Lubbock Public Health fears this could be a year-long concern. Most of those infected were either unvaccinated or had an unknown vaccination status. New rules could make it more complicated for some people to collect their Social Security benefits. The Trump administration says they're aimed at reducing fraud. One rule starting March 31st requires people who can't prove their identity online to visit a field office. Another rule bars beneficiaries from changing their bank account information by phone. That starts March 29th. Online services will still be available, but it's worth noting many people who collect Social Security benefits are seniors. Well, this week, it's National Poison Prevention Week. It's a time to highlight potentially poisonous items in many homes, and that can be attractive yet dangerous for children. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to an emergency medicine doctor about the biggest dangers and how to keep children safe.
It can happen in an instant. Curious children find dangerous things and ingest something they shouldn't have.
I see children in the emergency department who have gotten into something potentially dangerous
on a regular basis.
Dr. Manisha Agarwal with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says there's a long list of potentially poisonous items in homes across the country. U.S. Poison Centers responded to 2.4 million cases in the latest data from 2023. That's an average of 1 new case every 15 seconds.
A lot of young kids in particular like to explore the world with their mouth.
To keep kids safe, Agarwal says to store and secure potentially poisonous items up and away from little hands. This includes cleaning products, button batteries, craft supplies, THC or Delta-8 gummies, liquid medicines, laundry pods, motor oil, and prescription medications.
We like to think about pill bottles being child-proof, but they aren't. They're actually child-resistant.
If you suspect your child has ingested something dangerous, first make sure they don't have any more of it. If the child is breathing and has a pulse, call poison control. If possible, ask the child what they swallowed, how much, and find out the strength or dosage. If it's a cleaning product that was ingested, take the bottle with you to the hospital.
One thing parents should absolutely do is store the Poison Control Center number in their phone. That number, no matter where you are in the United States, is 1-800-222-1222.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And once again, just in case you missed it, that poison control number, you can see it right below. It's 800-222-1222. Coming up in sports tonight, Salisbury softball might be away, but the Gulls felt right at home this afternoon in Lynchburg. And coming up, changes could be coming for a major airline at Salisbury Airport. Hear what Piedmont Airlines CEO had to say about the company's future.
Here's a look at your golf forecast. Listen, conditions are likely to be, well, at least fair. We are going to be a bit foggy, a big damp, but still a high of 68.
We salute Paul and Gloria Petros. Paul and Gloria exemplify dedication to service, having both entered the Navy immediately after high school and serving with distinction for 20 years. Their commendable military careers were highlighted by receiving medals for their roles in Operation Iraqi Freedom and the Gulf War. Continuing their commitment to their country, Paul and Gloria now serve as government contractors, bringing their valuable experience and skills to support national interests in their civilian capacities. We salute Paul and Gloria for their enduring service and contributions to both military and civilian endeavors.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Coast TV News can be heard on Big 107.7.
$3,000 off MSRP? That's nothing at IG Burton Lewis Auto Mall. Pick your favorite new Chevrolet and pay $3,000 under invoice. That's not a deal, that's a steal. Together, let's drive a Silverado, Equinox, Encore, and more at $3,000 under invoice.
You simply won't find a better deal anywhere else. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Nobody beats an IG Burton deal.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, how a big impact with a colorful campaign is raising awareness for an important cause. Plus, a look at an upcoming event bringing music, comedy, and connection to the coast. Coast Life, tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
This March at Holly Kia, we're celebrating Kia Madness.
Don't worry about a bracket. The Kia lineup offers something for everyone.
Right now, enjoy the Holly Kia Advantage,
which includes tires for life on all new purchases.
Take advantage of 1.9% for 60 months.
On 2025 Sportage and Sorrento models in stock.
And don't forget to ask about our loyalty program.
Plus, we'll take any trade and give you up to 120% more than Kelley Blue Book Fair Market Trade.
So celebrate Kia Madness
at Holly Kia in Shelbyville and Felton.
And remember, Jim wants to see you in a Holly Kia.
With Reynolds Wrap, cooking becomes so easy, you can feel like the chef of your kitchen. Easy prep, easy cook, easy clean. Reynolds Wrap.
At Choice Hotels like this Comfort Hotel, you get more for your money so you can maximize any vacation, like starting game day with a free hot breakfast. I got waffles, how about you?
Go
Waffles! Woo! Get double points on all stays when you book direct.
Get the Coast TV News app. The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Coastal news customized to your needs. Download the Coast TV News app on your Apple or Android devices. Coast TV, our community, your news.
Comments by the CEO of Salisbury-based Piedmont Airlines have led to some concerns about the company's future here on Delmarva. Eric Morgan told the Salisbury Area Chamber of Commerce today he does not want the company's headquarters to move. Recently, Piedmont's parent company, American Airlines, moved another regional carrier's home from Dayton, Ohio to Charlotte, North Carolina. And Morgan says for now, Piedmont is not going anywhere and he wants to continue to improve upon the company's partnerships in the community.
Comes back to the whole thing of the workforce development and those what we're referring to as scalable and sustainable pipelines. In other words, we're trying to put things in place with organizations like UMES and others here.
And a Piedmont spokesperson says any move would be a major project that would take years to complete. The CEO of Amtrak is stepping down. In a statement, Stephen Gardner says he's resigning to ensure the company, quote, continues to enjoy the full faith and confidence of this administration. Gardner was appointed to the CEO position back in 2022, and he had worked at Amtrak for 16 years. His resignation comes after Department of Government Efficiency head Elon Musk said earlier this month that he believes Amtrak should be privatized. Amtrak has pushed back on that notion, arguing that profitability is not its main mission. A new CEO has not yet been announced. Well, it is the start of spring break travel season, and the FBI is reminding travelers to stay vigilant. The FBI has updated its online travel advisory system, warning spring breakers to be cautious when visiting a foreign country. They suggest a few tips to help travelers feel more safe and more secure. Among those tips, to avoid traveling alone, use authorized taxis, and beware of new acquaintances. Well, a young man has been granted his freedom, a family still deep in grief, and an American college student still missing hundreds of miles from home. As Laura Aguirre reports, it's a mystery that's captured worldwide attention and one no closer to being solved.
Heavy.
A mother's anguish.
We kindly ask you to keep our daughter in your prayers.
And a father's painful resignation that he may never see his daughter again. 20-year-old Sadiqa Kananki vanished March 6th in the Dominican Republic while on spring break. Her last known sighting captured on resort security cameras in Punta Cana as she walked to the beach with friends. The man investigators believe was the last person to see her, Joshua Ribby, was granted his freedom by a Dominican judge Tuesday. Authorities confiscated his passport and questioned him several times, but have never called him a suspect or accused him of wrongdoing. A local Dominican news outlet reports Ribby told prosecutors he and Kananki went to the beach after drinking with friends, where they struggled in the rough waves. He says they both got out, and he last saw her walking in knee-deep water before he fell asleep on the beach. He woke up hours later, he said, alone.
We are coming to the terms with the fact that our daughter has drowned.
Kananki's parents believe their daughter drowned and have asked authorities to formally declare her dead so they can move ahead legally and emotionally.
This is incredibly difficult for us to process.
Ribby's Dominican lawyer celebrating the judge's ruling Tuesday.
Not only as an essential principle of justice, but also as a cornerstone of trust in our institutions.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Yeah, busy day for Salisbury University athletics with spring sports in full swing. Let's start with softball. The Seagulls took on Lynchburg in a doubleheader down in Virginia earlier today. The 13th ranked Gulls took game one with a 2-0 shutout victory. That one was scoreless until the 5th when Carly Wolf went deep to break the deadlock Emily Stockman also doubled and drove in her twin sister Ellen for the second run of the game. And the Seagulls completed the sweep in Game 2, this one with a little more breathing room. Salisbury topped Lynchburg 11-zip. Salisbury rode a 7-run 7th inning to victory. Stockman had a large hand in this one as well, rocking a grand slam to put the Gulls up by 9. SU continues its Virginia trip with a doubleheader tomorrow at Roanoke. Over women's lacrosse, SU routed SUNY Cortland 16-4 to move to 5-2 on the year. The 6th-ranked Seagulls had 8 different scores. Miranda Mears and Audrey Harrington led the way with 3 goals apiece. Salisbury eyes its 2nd-ranked win of the season. They take on 3rd-ranked Franklin and Marshall coming up on Sunday. And there's still time to submit your bracket for the DSN Wawa Bracket Challenge. Entry is free, and the top 3 brackets win a Wawa gift card. They've got to be in, though, before noon because Louisville and Creighton begin all the action over on WBOC at 12:15 tomorrow. That over sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Winter may be packing its bags, but it left a chill behind. Don't let a cold snap catch you off guard. Call FH Fur for our $69 heating system tune-up. We'll keep your system running smoothly so you're warm and snug until spring finally makes up its mind. Act now and get our no breakdown guarantee. With over 40 years of trusted service, FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical are the pros who've seen and fixed it all.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Get the better, more restful night's sleep you deserve and wake up feeling refreshed. Shop Johnny Janosik's Mattress World now and get 2 free pillows, a free sheet set, and free mattress protector with any sleep system purchase of $19.99 or more. Save more with 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus free delivery and free removal of your old mattress. It's time for better sleep. It's time for bigger savings. Wake up feeling your best. Shop Johnny Janosik's Mattress World today.
Fall in love with safety and reliability at Gateway Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem-solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
This is a community where my zaniness fits in just fine. Because I go to Rehoboth Beach, they love me because I'm zany. I go to Lewis, they love me because I'm zany, I guess. Or they tolerate me, you know. I go to Milton, I go to Salisbury, and just people are more accepting than you would typically give them credit for. That's an overall wonderful, even playing field is connecting with people, regardless of the background or the culture. It is really surprising how diverse this particular area along the coast is specifically. So we take a look, Dover, on Bay Health camera right now. We're going to drop back down to 45 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Now, we do have gale wind warnings that are going to kick in. This is primarily for late Thursday going into Friday from Broadkill Beach to Lewis, Rehoboth Beach. But we're also concerned about 45-mile-per-hour winds really from down towards Ocean View, Ocean City, all the way down towards Chincoteague, because this entire region of the country, the mid-Atlantic and Northeast and southern, just basically staying very breezy. Our umbrella giveaway winner for today is Andrea Bruel of Lewis. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. If you want to keep up with your forecast, call our weather line. The number to call is 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Barkstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. First day of spring, it's going to be real gloomy and cloudy, believe it or not. It'll be much brighter on Friday, much colder then too.
Okay, thank you again, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For some more local news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.